Good morning, 7th and 8th graders. I hope that you're having a fantastic week. I have a two-part video for you guys today. That's why I'm combining again. So anyway, the first project we're going to do is this tree. Now the interesting thing about this tree is that it's all about you. So basically we're going to draw this tree. You're the tree, you put your name here on the trunk, and then here in the ground, this is what you're going to choose different things and write them in the ground. And these are things that, well, that they ground you, that keep you real, that keep you settled, that really nurture you. And then in the branches, you can do it a couple of different ways. How I did it is I did some things that I really, so you know, the tree is you and I strive to be kind, and then you can do the branches that are coming off, things that help you be kind, or things that you need to try to practice to do to be kind, and also things that you dream about or hope, how you can be generous, you know, basically things that you think about, that are part of you and that you're striving to do well on or practice. So, you know, I want to try to be successful, so I need to perfect my craft, I need to grow, I need to learn. So it's kind of a really fun project. I watercolored, so this is Sharpie and then I watercolored, but of course, you don't have to watercolor, especially if you don't have watercolors. So just use what you've got. So I'm going to do a smaller version over here. It's not too hard, but we start with the tree. So try to make your lines not super straight. We're kind of going more for an organic look. So if you do a line down for your trunk, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. So if I do a line down, I might just gently curve it out, very gently. So I'm going to do a line here and then a line here that's, well, not quite parallel, but on the other side, leaving a space. And then we're going to start our first two branches. Now to create branches, basically you're going to be creating this V shape, or you can think of it as a Y shape, over and over and over again. So the first step is we're going to create this V shape here. Now again, we want to try to be organic about our lines, okay? So don't make them completely straight, because while trees in life are not, the branches and everything, they're just not straight, right? Now you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but I'll go ahead and try to recreate this specific tree that I just drew as an example. So now we have our first V, or Y. You can think of it as a Y with the branch coming down. So now we want to, with this, I'm going to create another Y or V. So I just break this branch up into two. So my cat is very excited. She's very feisty. She's a little bored. So basically you're just going to be breaking up one branch into two, or even more than that, and then you can break the two into more, and so forth. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to go ahead and create a Y. Okay, this branch I want to bring up. I'm being really, I don't know, I'm just kind of going with the flow here. I'm not, like when I created this tree, I didn't think about it too much. I just kind of wanted to make sure that it didn't look too perfect, which is easy to do, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm recreating this. I went ahead and it looks like I did a branch that came out here, and then I broke it into three. So 1, 2, 3, again. Just go with it. Don't think too hard about it. I'm gonna go ahead and create this Y here. Again, it's very, very organic. Try to get to that part of yourself, if it doesn't come naturally, that just kind of lets go and goes with the flow. And you might think, oh gosh, well, you know, Miss K, that's just what she's about. That must be super easy for her. You know what? Guess what? It is not. So I have to kind of step outside of my comfort zone too, and just let go a little bit and go with the flow. Again, if it's more, I don't know, if it feels better to you to basically create this same tree that I am doing, that's okay, all right? But really, you should try to practice what I've been talking about, just going with the flow and helping yourself just feel things. It really can help you just in a general way, and especially right now, I feel like it's good for us to just relax, especially while doing art, and just let it come, okay? No judgment, because I think that's what gets us, right? Is that judgment that we always seem to have when creating or doing other things in life. So this is not going to be perfect, and just allow it to not be perfect, and it'll turn out pretty darn awesome. So I'm kind of looking at what I did over here, but I'm also practicing what I was just talking to you about, just going with it. And I will stop here. Remember, if you have twigs and branches that are kind of behind, to make sure that you travel up behind the other branches all the way to the top of your paper. Okay, so with the ground, again, organic lines, we don't want it to be perfect. And then you want to create sections on the ground for what keeps you feeling loved and centered, and what helps you grow as a human being. So you can see that I chose things that were really important to me, and they do. They ground me every day. Just searching for knowledge and knowing family, you guys, nature, art, love, my son, and just having a perspective, like an open perspective. So what you want to do is you want to write these words, and you want to fill up that space. So I'll go ahead, and I'm hoping you can see this here, okay? Can you? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to write family. So I'm going from the top to the bottom of that space. And I'm not going to fill this entire thing up for you because we don't need to do that, okay? But one cool thing that I would suggest you try to do is what I did with this is I rounded all the sharper corners. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So right here, you can see right here, this is a sharp corner. So I went to the side and I curved just like this, and then I filled that in. Now I'm going to do that with every single corner, and then it also creates it or allows me to kind of darken some of the lines that I've drawn in certain areas. I don't do it with every single line, but I do fill up all of the corners. I'm rounding it, then I'm filling that corner up. You could use color, you could just use pencil, crayon, whatever you have. So let me hold that up higher, and you're gonna write your name here. You can see I wrote my name here. That's my first name, Aubrey. Okay, so you can see how I rounded the corners. I will try to do this really close up, but see, this is a corner. I'm going to do a round. I'm rounding it up top, and then I'm filling it in. Okay, it's hard for me to draw on my hand here with the paper in the air. That's fun. So you're gonna do that throughout. I also did it with my name here. I didn't end up doing it with every single word, mainly just so it was a little more readable. Now I have a son here. One thing that I would suggest is if you want to do a sun, grab something that is round and trace it, because really that is the easiest way to go about things. And then if you do color it in, I would highly suggest other than the sun, every section be a different color. It ends up looking really beautiful. And put some thought into this because this can be a bit of a cathartic exercise for you, okay? And it gets you thinking. So that's the first project for us. Not super hard, but I think a really, really good one to do. And it ends up being really quite gorgeous, I think. I might actually frame this. Alrighty, so then next